So now we'll see a few more projects on Arduino. In last video we had seen how to do a traffic light simulation using Arduino board. Now we'll go to the next one, that is how to make the LED dimmable by using a potentiometer. You know that LED is something that cannot be operated on a analog pin, so you need a digital pin for it, and you can make the pin either high or low. But how you can dim a LED is we can use a pulse width modulating pin, so that even though it is a high or low voltage, we can make it look like it is an analog output. So actual output here is digital output itself, but it will give you a feel of analog output based on the pulse width modulating pin. That is why we'll see our setup first. All we need is an LED and a potentiometer. The connection of LED is same, only difference is you need to use any one of your pulse width modulating pins. So we have the pulse width modulating pins. So I've chosen the pin number 9, and a potentiometer is a analog device, and it will change the value based on how you change the arm on it, and it will give the output which is an analog. So I've chosen choose one of your analog pins, that is A0. So VCC is the power supply, and we have given the 5-volt power supply, and then the ground we have connected to the ground. So the connection is very simple. We are going to read the value of potentiometer in A0, and whatever value is read, based on that we are going to make the LED dim or bright. So how you can write the value, we'll see here. Whatever is the output from your potentiometer, that is an analog output which reads from 0 to 1023. A0 to A5 all reads the value from 0 to 1023. Now whenever you're writing to a pulse width modulating pin, the range there is 0 to 255. So this is why we will need to make a slight conversions. Whatever value we are reading, we directly cannot write it to our pulse width modulating pin. We need to make a conversion from this 1023 to 255 and then write. That is why I'm using two different variables here, read value and write value. There is no necessity you have to use two variables. This I've just maintained just for understanding and easy to read off the problem. Now I've set two variables here, and then in the setup the input is our A0, so I will set pin mode A0 input, then pin mode 9 output, and I wish to display the value that I'm going to read from the potential and the value that I'm going to write to my pulse width modulating pin on my serial monitor of the system. That is why I have to set a baud rate, that is serial.begin, and the baud rate for communicating with your system is 9600. So this is the setup function we will need, and the serial.begin is only needed if you're going to use your serial monitor. So in the loop, first I will read the value from A0 using analog read and store it in the read value. And to write the value, I need to convert the value and then write it to the write value variable. So whatever is there in write value, I am writing it to my analog pin, and it is analog.write. So I'm writing an analog value, but see, it is not actually analog. I'm writing it to a pulse width modulating pin. And then you have serial.print. I will write the value. I will print the whatever value is written and whatever value is read on my serial monitor. So you can see this print statements continuously appearing on your serial monitor. So whenever you change the value of your potentiometer, the LED will either dim or bright based on the value your potentiometer reads. So it's a very simple project. Next we will see how to use temperature sensor. So this is an LM32 LM35 temperature sensor. So what happens is we need a buzzer, and whenever the temperature of the room goes above 32 degrees Celsius, we need the buzzer to beep, and whenever it comes below 32 again, and it should stop beeping. So this is how the definition is, and what we are going to do is we will use a buzzer and temperature sensor. This buzzer is a device that will make a continuous sound whenever you provide a high voltage. That is, if there is a high voltage, it will make a sound, and if there is no voltage, it will not make any sound. So we need to make a beeping pattern. As such, if you just pass high voltage, it will continuously make sound which will be unpleasant. So whenever you want to make a buzzer beep, then you have to give some high low combination to make a particular pattern so that it will look like a beep. So your temperature sensor is an analog output, and it will give the output, and we have taken it in pin A5, and then the VCC and ground as we shown before. So whatever value we read from a temperature sensor, that will again be in the range 0 to 1023. We need to convert this to temperatures in Celsius and Fahrenheit. So this is particularly how you can convert the value you read from an analog pin from a temperature sensor into Celsius or Fahrenheit. So we'll find the M value like this, that is red value by 1024 into 5000, and if you want to do the Celsius, divided by 10, and if you want to do the Fahrenheit, just use this formulas. So here I have used separate variables just for ease of reading. Again, there is no necessity of using so many different variables. You can directly alter and write. So here the pin mode, again A5 is our input pin through which we are reading the temperature, and buzzer is connected to pin 13, which is our output pin. Again, I wish to write the temperature being read in my serial monitor, hence serial.begin 9600. Now we will read the value from A5, then I will do the conversions. I will maintain all Celsius, Fahrenheit values. I will also print the value in Celsius on my serial monitor. Now how to make a buzzer beep? So if Celsius is above 32, the buzzer must beep. Remember, this particular loop here will be running infinitely, and this if block here will run only when the Celsius is above 32. So whenever Celsius goes above 32, we need to make the buzzer beep. So the code to trigger the buzzer is here. As I said, if you can simply make the buzzer high, but it is very unpleasant. So we'll make some pattern. So first I will set the buzzer high, and then I will wait for 1 second. So for 1 second the buzzer will be high, and then I will make the buzzer low for 2 seconds, and again I will make the buzzer high for 1 second and low for 2 seconds. So this way I will get a beep sound. And please note, this bracket open here for the while loop must be closed here, which is missing. So you have two blocks. The first is a loop which will end here, and then the if loop also ends here. And this if block will only execute when the Celsius goes above 32. So you can also continuously monitor this on your serial monitor. You can see the temperature being read and whether the buzzer beeps or not. So this is another simple project where you can use temperature sensor. We'll see few more in our next video. Thank you.